Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Right, so we were explaining yesterday the masla that uh, when the mukatab buys his, purchases his brother or uncle, then they don't become mukatab automatically with him. But his son or his father, they become mukatab, right? So we say, وَنَا أبي حنيفة أنه يكاتب على الأخ أيضا وهو قولهما فلنا أن نمنع. So there's a riwayat from Imam Abu Hanifa that even the brother also will become a mukatab, right? And this is also the statement of Sahibain. So it's permissible for us now to prevent. In other words, we cannot accept. You must remember Imam Shafi Rahmallah when he was giving his proof here, he said, right, وَلِهَذَا امْتَنَعَ التَّكَاتُبُ عَلَى الْمُكَاتَبِ فِي غَيْرِ الْوِلَادِ وَلَمْ يُمْتَنَعْ فِيهِ. If you go back there about 6 lines, you understand it? Imam Shafi as a backup, he says that even you people say, right, that the mukatab, when he purchases his brother and that, they don't become mukatab automatically. So why are you saying here that they become free automatically if you own them? All right. So now firstly, the first answer to Imam Shafi to this istidlal of Imam Shafi or this backup masla, which is supposed to be when you use a backup masla, you understand? If you're arguing with somebody, and now you differ on the point, and now you bring a point where both of you are unanimous on, that would be your backup masla. So the first thing that you guys would bring is a point which is unanimous. So right. So firstly, we say there's a riwayat from Imam Bonifa that even the brother will become mukatab, and this is also Sahibain's code. So it's permissible for us to disagree. To disagree that this masla is muttafaq. That masla is an agreed upon masla. Right. 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 So that's the answer to that day. Although we gave the other answer already, we gave the ugly answer that why the two situations are different. You own your brother, he becomes free. You purchase Mukata purchases brother, the brother don't automatically enter into the kitabat. Right. They say wada right. And that's the next masala. بخلاف ما إذا ملك ابنة عمه وهي أخته من الرضاع لأن المحرمية ما ثبتت بالقرابة. Right. This is contrary to the situation when he owns his girl cousin. Ibn Ta'ammi, his girl cousin, right? And she's also his sister from Radha. So although she's his girl cousin, but because she's his sister from Radha, she is now his mahram. She is now his mahram, right? They say because لأن المحرمية. However, the difference here is that the Mahramiyat was not established via relationship. It was established via Rada'at. You understand it? So she is his relative and she is his Mahram. So you think now, "Man malaka dha rahamin mahramin minhu uttika alayh." Whoever owns his relative who's a Mahram to him should be freed. So she fits both definitions. But because the Mahramiyat didn't come via Karabat, it came via Rada'at. Therefore, she won't be free. وَالصَّبِيُّ جُعِلَ أَهْلًا لِهَذَا الْعِتْكِ وَكَذَا الْمَجْنُونُ. And a child, right, he'll be made suitable for this freeing, and likewise a mad person. حَتَّى عُتِّقَ الْقَرِيبُ عَلَيْهِمَا إِنْدَ الْمِلْكِ. So much so that the relative will be freed upon them at the time of owning. You understand it? What this means? That if a mad person or a child now owns his relative, mahram relative, they will be freed also. Right? لأنه تعلق به حق العبد وشابه النفقة, because the right of the servant is attached with this freeing here now. So it resembles nafka. That just as nafka now, the small child, the boy, right? The small child or small, right? If he has to, or she, even if small girl, if he or she, or the man, if he has to, if he's got nafka expenses, right? And that nafka maybe could mean that he has to pay for his poor brother who's chronically ill and got no money. And he's got money, but he's a child. But he has to pay for them, then he has to pay. You understand it? So just as he has to pay nafka, here also when he owns his brother or his father, they will become freed, right? وَمَنْ أَعْتَقَ أَبْدًا لِوَجْهِ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى أَوْ لِلشَّيْطَانِ أَوْ لِلصَّنَمِ أُتِكَ. Right? Whoever frees a slave for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or he frees a slave for the sake of shaitan or for the idols, then a slave will become freed. Why? لِوُجُودِ رُكْنِ الْإِعْتَاقِ مِنْ أَهْلِهِ فِي مَحَلِّهِ. Due to the pillars of itaq being found from somebody who is suitable to give it, on somebody who is suitable who can receive it. You understand it? So firstly, the pillars, the rukns of itaq was found. وَوَصْفُ الْقُرْبَةِ فِي اللَّفْزِ الْأَوَّلِ زِيَادَةٌ. Right. And the description of it being an act of ibadat, kurbat, right? In the first words is something extra. In other words, when he says, "A'taqtu li wajhillah," I free you for the sake of Allah. So that is he's making that an ibadat now, right? And then he's going to get a reward for that, right? But that is something extra. If he just said, "A'taqtu," you still will be freed. You understand it? So that description of closeness to Allah Ta'ala in the first word is extra. فَلَا يَخْتَلُّ الْإِتْكُ بِعَدْمِهِ فِي اللَّفْزَيْنِ الْآخَرَيْنِ. So the freeing will not become deficient with it's not being present. In other words, liwajillah is not there in the second two words. Because the second two words is got lisanam or li shaitan. You understand it? So there's no wajhullah there. So just as wajhullah was zaid in the first case, so it's not being found in the second case, doesn't harm it. وَإِدْكُ الْمُكْرَهِ وَالسُّكْرَانِ وَاقِعٌ لِصُدُورِ الرُّكْنِ مِنَ الْأَهْلِ فِي الْمَحَلِّ كَمَا فِي الطَّلَاقِ وَقَدْ بَيَّنَّاهُ مِنْ قَبْلُ. And the freeing of somebody who's forced, somebody put a gun to your head to free your slave, you understand? Or the drunk person will occur due to the emanating of the rukn from somebody who's suitable to give it on somebody who's suitable to receive it, just as in talaq. And we have explained this before. وَإِنْ أَضَافَ الْإِدْكَ إِلَى مِلْكٍ أَوْ شَرْطٍ صَحَّ كَمَا فِي الطَّلَاقِ. And if we attributed the freedom to ownership or to a certain shart, then it will be correct just as in talaq. In other words, it says, if I own you, you are free. That is ownership. Or shart, if you speak to that man, or if you do this work, you are free. And he did the work, then he'll be free. So that will be shart, right? أما الإضافة إلى الملك ففيه خلاف الشافعي رحمة الله عليه وقد بيناه في كتاب الطلاق. As of attribution to ownership, then in it is the ikhtilaf of Imam Shafi رحمة الله, and we have explained this in the Kitab al-Talaq already. In other words, Imam Shafi says, if you say to a strange woman, if I marry you a divorce, there is no divorce there, because you don't own her yet. You don't. She's not in your nikah. وأما التعليق بالشرط فلأنه إسقاط. And as of suspending it with a condition, then because why is it permissible? It's because the itaq is actually isqatul milk. You understand? Where you're dropping off your ownership now. فَيَجْرِي فِيهِ التَّعْلِيقُ. So suspending it on a shart will run in it. In other words, will be correct in it. You understand? When it's isqatul milk, you say now, in other words, you're dropping off your ownership. You can't suspend it on a shart. You understand it? If right. So where you're dropping off your ownership, you can't suspend it on a shart. بخلاف التمليكات على ما عرف في موضعه, contrary to making ownership, upon that should be known in usul al-fiqh, right? You can't suspend making ownership on a shart, right? Because then it is like then it's like gambling. You understand it? In other words, you say, if you if you can if you hit that, that's if you hit the target, huh? Yeah, whether it's darts or whatever, or this other thing they play the playland, hit it, then you the owner, then you win this. So that is on like gambling. You understand it? Especially since you gave money up front. Okay, leave it only. So tamlikat, you can't suspend tamlikat on a shart. You can't say if this happens, then you become the owner. You understand it? You can't suspend tamlikat on a shirt. But iskat, when you're making iskat of milk, then you can suspend that on a shirt. You understand? And i'taq is iskat, iskatul milk. Okay, leave it.